Coming up on News 8, organized opposition over another city ordinance.
The Supreme Court stops an execution set for tomorrow.
And trucker safety. How do we know the rigs are safe?
At the Dallas Cowboys training camp, it's deja vu. The quarterback controversy is starting up again, and we'll have that later on in sports.
And eastern Oklahoma had a lot of rain today.
Also tonight, if you're looking for a job, we'll have some tips.
And some Tulsans are looking for water. Join us next for these stories and more, next on News 8.
Check out the...
From KTUL TV in Tulsa, Rick Hull, Rhea Blakey, meteorologist Don Woods, and John Walls on sports. This is News 8 at 10.
Good evening. On rainy nights like tonight, how safe are the 18-wheelers that crowd the highways?
We'll have a look at that story in a moment, but first, Alan Cole's days as the state horse racing commissioner are over. Governor Nye tonight says he'll nominate someone else for that post. Cole's term on the commission expired at the end of the month. Nye apparently is following the wishes of the state senator, John McCune, from Cole's population. Now, caps are put on when prisons reach 95% capacity, and they allow the system to discharge some of the inmates early under certain circumstances to clear up the crowded conditions. A mid-air plane explosion kills 3. A pilot and 2 passengers are dead tonight following the explosion of their private plane over an airstrip in El Reno, that's just northwest of Oklahoma City. Eyewitnesses on the scene tell News 8 tonight.
It might take a district court decision to keep a Tulsa service from landing downtown. Larry Gass has been before the city's Board of Adjustments many times, and each time, like today, he's been denied permission to use his roof as a heliport. Well, that hasn't kept a security firm from landing or flying. Opponents say the chopper is simply too noisy. Tonight, a group of satellite dish dealers are sending out a distress signal. The retailers are organizing in opposition to a recent city proposal. The Tulsa City Commission wants to put restrictions on where your satellite receiver can be installed. Dealers say that could be detrimental.
We're just basically trying to join together and find a way around this ordinance that will make everybody happy, where everyone can work together and, work as a group and still effectively serve the consumers in the area.
Much of the night was spent discussing options. Possibilities include a letter-writing campaign and legal action against the city. Sources say a bill currently in the U.S. Senate could have a great impact on the satellite industry and its rights. The City Commission still must vote on that proposal tomorrow morning, and the opposition hopes a large crowd will deter the commission.
Some North Tulsans are without water tonight. The area affected is near...
OPEC is cutting its oil prices. The story coming up when we come back.
Plus the latest word from publicists in Hollywood on Rock Hudson's condition. We'll be right back.
There's never been a luxury car like this.
Thousands of rolls and remnants. Buy now and your first payment won't be due for 3 months. Carpet City's 38th anniversary sale with savings to 60% on Travera carpets plus free pad.
The youngest heart-lung transplant patient is dead tonight following an acute infection. 14-year-old Elizabeth Burns from Norman died this morning at Presbyterian Hospital in Pittsburgh. She underwent, and while emergency rule continues, so does the violence. These stories and more in tonight's status report. More deaths and more arrests in South Africa today. Police report 5 more blacks were killed during continued unrest. The total number of activists arrested has reached nearly 800 since emergency powers took effect Friday. In the United Nations today, the Security Council considered a call to condemn South Africa for the emergency action in effect. France led the way for that measure, having already recalled its ambassador from that country. The French are also calling for economic sanctions.
OPEC ministers have come to an agreement, voting 3-10 today to cut their official price of oil. It's just a slight price cut, but the cartel is hoping the action will stabilize oil prices, which have been falling steadily for the past 3 years. Now that the original Coke is back, the man who spearheaded the return is celebrating. Gay Mullen spent over $100,000 and months of campaigning to pressure Coke executives, and his efforts did not go unrewarded. Coke gave Mullins the very first sip of the original cola as it cleared the assembly line this week.
Finding a good job these days is not easy. When we come back, Gail Pennybacher takes a closer look at services that may be able to help you.
And don't put your umbrella away just yet. Don Woods will have the forecast next when News 8 continues.
Oklahoma, the final hours are here.
In matinee.
Now double your...
People on the Hawaiian island of Oahu, that's where Honolulu is, are breathing a sigh of fresh air, a relief tonight it should be. Earlier today, they were asked to move to higher ground in preparation for Hurricane Ignacio. Officials are now planning to downgrade the hurricane to a tropical storm tomorrow morning. No problems from the hurricane are expected. Meanwhile, Hurricane Bob has now been downgraded to a tropical storm. Residents of Charleston, South Carolina saw the worst damage.
Tomorrow, that's when the unemployment stats come out. Experts predict a rise in the jobless rate for the month of June due to May graduates new to the job market. Well, tonight, Gail Pennybacher takes a closer look at a method many employ to get employed.
Look through the want ads. There are all kinds of job openings, and for every position available, there are all kinds of people applying, hoping they'll be the ones to get hired. Nicole Crawford is one of about 24,000 people in Tulsa looking for a job.
There are a lot of talented people out there, especially in this economy.
Sports Pro Disc Golf comes to Tulsa.
And it's time for the annual Cowboy quarterback controversy. John Walls has the latest, so stay with us.
Riverside Chevrolet has made a special purchase of Silverado and custom delivery.
John's talking about baseball tonight, a little arbitration going on.
Yeah, and nothing
Talking across
settled.
the table.
We're just back to square one.
Square one.
Yeah, first base. That's right, or home plate, actually. It's all where
Okay.
you start. Major League Baseball owners say arbitration is the reason salaries are so out of whack, and today the owners made a proposal to the players.
Tomorrow on News 8, we will be on the lookout for 2 missing children. Also, Bob Hauer will introduce us to a local deep-sea treasure hunter, plus a look at the big bucks to be won at the Pro Disc Golf Tournament underway at River Parks. These stories and more tomorrow. Please join us.
Kind of look like Frisbee, don't you think? Just kidding.
All right, what about the weather, though, John?
You may have to change it to water polo. No, it's not going to be that bad. It'll be improving, but there are some afternoon showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. Temperature warmer, but still not bad. Only about 88 tomorrow for a high.
Okay, thanks, Don.
We'll live with it. There is no doubt that most of us are familiar with the name T. Boone Pickens. For those of you who don't know, though, he is the leader of Mesa Petroleum Company. And although he might have made a few enemies with his corporate takeovers and attempts, he has also made some friends. For instance, T. Boone Pickens received a letter last month signed by people claiming to be Texaco employees and shareholders. It carried a simple message scribbled in magic marker, which read, "Sir, please come get us." Mr. Pickens hasn't, wait a minute, he hasn't taken them up on their offer yet.
Yes.
So that's
But he
where it
might.
stands.
Okay. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll be back tomorrow at 5, 6, and 10. Good evening.
Good night.
Mine.